So my wife decided that I am doing coasters for a auction that we have for her family reunion, so they can do it every 2 years. Essentially, the auction pays for the family reunion. And I decided I wanted to do coasters with a bloom or maybe a funnel pour, kind of like Gee Pour does. And so I made up this mix, and it seems to be working well. So I want to show you what I'm doing here. Let me get this off first. So I did try a funnel also. Kind of see the, and I think I like the bloom better. So that's what we're gonna do. So as I'm doing this, Gee actually has a recipe out there for no Australian Floetrol, which is what I'm using because I have never tried Australian Floetrol yet. I know, probably a little bit surprising. So the base color, in my case it's white here, is 2.5 parts American Floetrol and 1 part paint. The consistency is like a medium thick consistency when you do that. So the base is that, but also all the colors are that also. And so we're gonna do that. Again, we just want to make sure we have a nice layer of our colored paints. I'm going to start with this kind of an earthy green. And this is a metallic color that also has kind of a green hint to it. I'm going to put a teeny bit of this that color seems to take over, so I don't want too much of it. And some dark metallic blue. And a lot of people speed this up. I am going to also, just because it takes so much time, but you want to take your time with this. So I'm just kind of going slowly, letting all the paint get all over the place, getting my paint covered. And then the pouring medium, or the cell activator, man, you really can't see that here. Let me turn another light on here. See if we can't get a little more. So you can kind of see how drippy that is. It's just dripping. See, it's coming off the... And the cell activator is 1 part Amsterdam paint. I'm using both black and some primary cyan, just so I can get a kind of a dark blue. And then, so 1.4 parts of paint to water, only 1 part of water. And we're just going to add a bunch of this here in the middle. I don't think I added enough last time. And I can always tell that it works because it starts to make a tiny halo around the color, which is indicative of Amsterdam paints, just how they react with other paints. You can see as I leave it here, it's made a little bit more halo. This is the hardest part, it's the blow. You want to actually blow here, and as you're moving away, you want to blow a little bit harder and a little bit more sideways. And I have definitely not mastered it, but I like to blow a little in the middle just to kind of spread things out. And then and I blew a little bit too hard here. You can see that I kind of blew it off, and now that paint is going to run off instead of, because I kind of made a mound around the edge, what generally happens is that paint kind of moves back in, it kind of consolidates. But because I ran it off the edge, Now this paint is just going to drip off the edge and I'm going to lose all those cool effects. But we're okay with that because we're going to take my straw and see if we can't bring up some of that. And again, this is the part that people want to just start spinning. Don't. You just want to let this sit and let this form. You can see that the paint is kind of rushing back this way just because you had big mounds here and it has to go somewhere. So hopefully it comes back. And I'm probably going to wait 2 minutes here just to let all that take shape and form. And that is the most important part. If I tell you nothing else, that's the most important part. You gotta wait, wait, wait. Let everything happen. It's not gonna dry. You got plenty of time. Give it a few minutes and just let it sit with itself. I might use my straw to try and get some more here. And all I'm doing with the straw is I'm trying to get to the colors underneath through the cell activator. Not blowing really hard, just trying to get that color to peek through. And after I've done it, I like to torch because I know that it's going to break that surface tension and allow those to come out. And you can see these ones that I did way out here? They were just little white specks, but now it's starting to give a little of a halo. It's starting to kind of open up. That's exactly what I want here. Now, I like how these ones on the outside look the best. And that's where Australian Floetrol is going to really give you, it's going to do this, but it's going to do it everywhere. I don't have it here, so we're going with what we have. And those are my favorite, but I do like how these ones are showing up. I just saw a couple more bubbles pop up, so I wanted to get rid of those. And then here's the other thing. I'm going to spin, but I'm going to spin slowly. We're not spinning very fast. We're not whipping it. You can see the paint's not moving very much, which is just fine. Doesn't matter which direction you go. The force that is happening is always going outside regardless of which direction you push. I like to go both ways. Makes me feel better. I don't think it really does anything. As I'm going, I just push a little bit harder. The corners are always the hard part. If you really want to. I could stop here and kind of pull this off just to give it. Give it some guidance on what I want it to do. And this mat, this here is just a cake spinner. I'll put a link to it in the description, but it's just a metal cake spinner. You can kind of see it there. And then I actually have cling wrap on the metal cake spinner. And then I have this Lolivefe. This was a bigger circle. I cut it down because I wanted it to be, it kind of flapped on the outside, so I cut it down, but it makes cleanup really easy. I just let this paint dry and you can kind of see this paint over here is dry, and I just peel it off. So I'll put a link to that in the description below also. But again, I have this corner and this corner that aren't quite wrapped, so and I'm taking my time here. You're much better off. I know we all want to paint. We all want to go, 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 make new, make new, make new. This is one of the times when speed is not actually your friend. Probably one more here. And I have a little bit that didn't get touched on the side. Just going to check all my corners. There's some here too. Now I just use a palette knife on the corner. Just put it up underneath and twist. Then I have the center marked with a little piece of tape. It's pretty obvious now that I have a thing here. So we're just going to do this one. I'll probably speed this one up just so you can kind of see. Maybe I'll put a timer on just so it's obvious. So just a quick observation on this one. I think what happened with this is I didn't put all of the cell activator straight in the middle. I kind of tried to go around hoping that it would give me some better look, but that caused it to not interface as it moved across the paints with the rest. So I think you're better off putting the cell activator right in the center, making a big puddle and then kind of pushing it out from there. I like how it looks. It's just much different than the previous ones. So let me do the rest of them. I'll show them all to you. So I have finished. This is definitely not a clean way, but I might have to keep that as a skin. I'm going to let it dry. But here are the results. Start here. This one I didn't do near as much selling, which I actually really like. I think this one might be my second favorite. So one thing I will point out is I was miserly with the paint that I put on initially with some of these. Can you guess which ones they are? It's the last one I did, which I loved. So I think this one right here that has lots of white, this one right here that has lots of white, and this one right here that has lots of white, I really didn't allow it to, I didn't put enough paint on there because I was trying to conserve paint, and that affected the results. So one definitely thing I learned this time is you don't need a lot of cell activator, but you need a lot of paint. Put more on than you were expecting. And if you want to see where I learned how to do this, I will link to Gee Pours' course and a couple of his videos. Definitely worth a try.